We here.
He's moving, man. We here, though.
We here. What's up, dog? Oh, my gosh, man. It's been 6 years, bro.
Too long.
The cheetah. I don't really think an introduction is needed, but I mean, bro, like 2017 draft class, San Francisco.
Hey, we was different, man. The Punisher. The Punisher. I don't know how long you been called that in a minute.
The cheetah.
Hey, man.
Come on, man. Hey, welcome back to Off the Links. I'm your host, Adrian Colbert. And today we have been blessed, and I'm super thankful to have my brother, Breida, Matt Breida, the cheetah, here with us today off the links, man. It's incredible, bro. I'm so grateful to have you again. I know I keep saying that, but it's been a long time, and we went through some times.
Man, did we? Both of us.
And we're gonna talk about them today, man. But how you been doing? First of all,
been good, man. Been living out in this Texas heat.
Yeah,
similar to Florida. Definitely, happy. Got no income tax, so we're doing way better in California days.
Oh right? Yeah, 100%.
Like going good, man.
That's good, man. So San Francisco, take us back, 2017, bro. Like what was one of the main takeaways that you had at that year in 2017?
Oh, man. I think one of the biggest things, man, was obviously, both of us coming in, right, into the league, man, living our dream. And it's something I think that always stuck with me that year is when Kyle, I don't know if you remember this, but Kyle we had a team meeting, and it was probably about like the second or third week in camp, guys getting tired, sore. And, guys worrying about if they're going to make the team or not. And Kyle's like, man, listen, all you can do is control what you can control, right? And that always stuck with me. And I think that went through me the whole rest of my career because, you can't control whether or not they're going to cut you, they're going to release you. You know this, right?
Right, 100%.
But you can control whether or not you get up in the morning, take your butt to recovery, right? Go on the field, give it your all, right? Even when you did and tired of heat, right? Sore, everybody's sore. And I think that's a big takeaway I took from 2017 that led me really through the rest of my career. So,
right.
Yeah.
In 2017, you did some things.
Yeah, man.
You did some things, and you undrafted.
Yeah, undrafted. Yeah.
Undrafted, bro. Tell us about that. Like that process, like being undrafted, trying to work your way up on the roster.
Yeah, man. It was an interesting journey just because of I stayed my senior year, right? I was thinking about leaving early. My running back coach was getting draft reports back that, I could have been a third, fourth, fifth round pick somewhere in there. I thought I left my junior year. The only thing was I had my labrum was torn, right? My shoulder was dislocated when I was playing my junior year. And we talked about it, and I was like, you know what? I feel like I need to get it done now. So even if I do go early, could affect my career. And I could have probably had a really short career, right? Just because I didn't want to get it done. So I came back. We had a new coaching staff. Didn't really have a good of a year as I did my past 2 years. So it kind of hurt me. And, a lot of things, scouts thought I was hurt, things like that. So I ended up going and training for my pro day, 6 days a week, busting my butt, getting my vertical, my bench, everything higher. And then on my pro day, man, I think all of my statistics were going to be in like the top 3 at the combine, right? I had like a 23 on the bench press, 42 vert, 11-2 broad. So all that stuff, right, really opened eyes. And after that, man, I had it was crazy because every other day I was getting calls from NFL teams. And there's probably a 5-day period where I had 16 calls from different teams, right? And at that point I knew okay, I'm going to at least have a shot, right? Hopefully I'll have a shot. And then we get to the draft process, man. I'm at my, at the time, ex-girlfriend's house at the time. And I'm sitting there watching the TV. And, I'm like, okay, go to the third round. And the first team that had called me was actually the 49ers. It was Mikey McDaniels.
Yeah.
Which Mikey. And he was like, hey, man. He's like, you ain't drafted yet? So we over there trying like, nah, man, I'm sitting on the couch, man. Yeah. And I was like, man, you need to take me to the next pick. But he's like, hey, I'm trying. He's like, but if not, man, we definitely going to get you, right? So then I had a couple of teams call me during the draft. But Mikey was literally every other round was on the call me, right? Making sure, hey, man, we're going to get you. And then obviously the draft was over. But as soon as the draft was over, man, they called me. And I had 4 other teams call me. But I think Mikey For some reason, man, I just trusted him, man. Just the way he was speaking to me, man. And, he was young at the time. But, I think he just gave me that comfort, what I needed as far as like, hey, you're going to have a fair shot when you come here. So that's the team I ended up signing with. So.
Wow. Oh, so you had that assurance. So you knew you were going to get an opportunity.
And that's all I can ask for, right? It wasn't guaranteed I was going to make the team or nothing like that, right? But all I could ask for is an opportunity, right? Just give me, you gave me that undrafted contract. Okay, let me go in and prove it to y'all that I belong here, right? So,
and you did, bro. Like you came in and you showed that, like from day one, bro. Slide out that backfield, bro. Man. Like, who is this dude from Georgia Southern running like this? Oh man. No, that was a blessing, bro. And it was really cool to be able to watch you grow and develop, not only from, undrafted free agent, but to a starter.
Yeah.
And bro, you had some crazy games.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man.
Some crazy games. Boy, like what was that, the conference championship?
That was Raheem. I wish that was me. That was Raheem though. But but it's crazy is because the first game I started, man, with Detroit, right? Because the first year I was splitting time with Carlos. That's when Carlos Hyde was there, whatever. It's crazy, man, because the week before, Alfred Morris was starting to play right there, and we go into that week, whatever, and then finally coming up, Kyle, basically comes to me and like, hey man, we're gonna give you an opportunity to go start this week, right? So I looked at it just back to like the first year, right? What Kyle said, control you control. So all I did was prep that week, make sure I knew the playbook, right? Down pat, all the game plays. And then I got into the game, man. I just felt so comfortable. And I think I ended up finishing that game with like 10 carries, like 135 yards, right? But
hooping.
It was at that moment, it was like, all right, like that was the first time I think in my career, because you know how it is, like you go through your rookie year, you hit that rookie wall, right? And I remember Bobby T,
hey, me, 7 points of pressure, Bobby T.
Bobby T was on your butt, man. Like if you were off by an inch in the backfield, you weren't at 7.5 yards, you were at 7. Oh, he's cussing you out, everything. God. But I appreciate it because attention to detail, and he made me a better player for that. And I think that after that game, man, I was like, all right, like I belong. Like, and then everything else after that just took off, bro. And had a really good year that year. Had 1,000 yards all purpose, man. And it was just everything after that was just history for me. So,
man, speaking of Bobby T as like would you consider him like a mentor?
Yeah, man. He was always like a father figure to me, right? I always had a father, but I looked at him as a father, man, just because. I think what I appreciate about him so much is like, you got a lot of coaches that, your best friend and they want to, hey, man, you okay, whatever.
Yeah.
Man, he wouldn't let me get away with anything.
Right.
I'm talking about anything at all, man. And the stories he used to tell. I mean, he grew up right down the street from Michael Jackson.
What?
So, bro, you can only imagine. You know how he is, man, real old school,
old
right?
Old school for real.
But he's going to keep it above with you and always tell you the truth. And that's why I always appreciate about him, right? So it wasn't like we were coming in and, okay, Matt, you could have done this a little better, right? Or this and that. He's going to flat out tell me like, hey, you suck on this play, right? Or, you let me down, right? Or you disappointed me or things like that, right? And that, I think, stuck with me more than anything because I never wanted to disappoint him. So I always looked at him too like a father. And just for him being so hard on me my rookie year or whatever, I think that made me to a better man as well off the field, right? Of how to deal with, the right things. He always say, don't be chasing that bug, so things like that. So I think that always, man, stuck with me my whole way through the career. So.
Man, no, I appreciate that. And we're going to roll into our next segment where we talk about family and identity. Because I know you said Bobby T was something like a father figure. Mm-hmm. Like what type of role did your family play in your journey?
Oh, man, a huge role. First and foremost, I was adopted.
Yep.
So in that very early age, right, my birth mother, she already had 2 kids before I was born. So she knew she wasn't going to be able to take care of me. So it was either, okay, well, I keep my son and possibly we'll be homeless, or I can give him up and make sure he has a better life, right? And I think that, me knowing that at a young age, I always was very appreciative of that, right? Because I think a lot of kids that go through my situation, they may go to a foster home or a situation where they don't really know their history or what happened, right? So I was always appreciative of her for that because I know it was a tough decision, but she chose to give me a better life than probably what she could have offered at the time. And then, yeah, man, both my parents, and even growing up, because both my parents were white, right? So that was kind of a thing where, they'd be like, oh, well, my parents would hear like, oh, he's going to look at you differently because, you're white, he's black, whatever. And that was never the case. And I tell people that. I said, which I'm sure this as well, is like we're taught, right, racism.
Exactly.
We're taught color.
100%.
When you're a baby and you're a kid, you don't see color. All I see is that's my mom, that's my dad, right?
Yep.
And that was like that through my whole life. And even my brother, who was adopted too, he's only a year younger than me. Same thing. Like those were our parents, from day one. So.
Man,
Yeah.
no, I mean, I appreciate you sharing that too,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah, yeah.
Like, tell me about the challenges that brought into your life. Not even just in the NFL,
Mm-hmm.
because we do want to know a little bit about the NFL, like how you having adopted parents
Mm-hmm.
challenged you in the NFL, but also growing up, like in high school and in college.
Yeah, man. I mean, I think that like I said, a lot of it was, especially at a young age, man, growing up, right? We would like go places and then people like some of my friends wouldn't believe that was my dad or whatever, right? Because he was white or whatever. Like, no, that's my dad. Like, you know what I mean? And I had to explain to him the situation and things like that. Um, definitely too, there was things that I went through at a young age, right? Especially, because, we're also a person of color
Yeah,
that my parents didn't have to go through, right? So then um, I think they did a really good job of trying to tell me why I was like that, right? Or
right.
certain things, right? Because we'd be walking around and, in certain times, someone called me the N-word or things like that, right? And I would be like, well, why they call me that, this and that, right? My parents had to sit down and have a talk with me. And I think they did a really good job of it. But challenges like that, because it was something too that they couldn't really relate on because they never were put in that situation, right?
Right.
But I think they did a great job of trying the best they can to help me, understand the situation and be able to push through that situation, things like that. So,
Man,
yeah.
that is so powerful, bro.
Yeah.
Like, especially in that situation, like, bro, I couldn't even imagine. Like, but they probably took the time to learn
Yeah. Yeah.
and brought you the awareness that you needed to understand like what was going on. Because
Absolutely.
yeah, like people gonna ask questions, people gonna look funny, like because you a little light skinned
Mm-hmm.
black kid
Yeah.
and you got two white parents, and everybody don't have that same perspective of life as like love is love. Like these are my parents. It don't matter what they look like. They
Absolutely.
take care of me, they provide for me, and they love me. And
Absolutely.
I think that's the only thing that matters. So man,
Yeah, man.
yeah.
It was good, man, because then like I said, it taught me, and then too, just like, we didn't have a lot growing up, just like, you in
Right.
a way. And there'd be nights where my dad, we would go home and like we would order a pizza, but he would only have one slice just to make sure me and my brother were fed, right, at those times, right? Because everything wasn't always gravy, and my dad wasn't always had a lot of money, right?
Right.
So those things like that, I think, even carry me over to now to my own kids and things like that, where it's like, as long as they're good, I don't care about nothing else, right? Like, as long as they're taken care of, man, my family's good. That's all that matters to me, right? Because my dad and my mom showed me that path from a young age. So just life
Man,
lessons, man, like
that's
that. So,
that's a beautiful life lesson. And I
yeah,
mean, I think it's something that we can all take away. Like once you have kids, you come
yeah,
last.
yeah, yeah,
You come last, and
yeah,
I know that firsthand.
yeah.
Shoot, we just had our second child, Amora, and we have Avon, 3.5. So having two kids, like you start to really hone in on like, all right, what am I doing that's gonna pass on to them? Like, what knowledge can I give to them?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what type of foundation can I establish for them right now with the habits that I'm creating for myself?
Absolutely.
So I mean, that's awesome, bro. Like you, wow, that's cool, bro. So when you talk about your parents and you talk about how you wanted to not let people down, like how did that drive you? How did that motivate you?
I think
And
that stuck with me my whole life, man, just because of they gave me an opportunity at life. That's how I always looked at it, right? Because they could have not adopted me, and then who knows where I could have been or whatever, right? So I always looked at that as like, hey, that always meant a lot to me, right? Because you guys, took me in from birth, right? Show me how to be a good kid, show me how to be a good teenager, adult, all the way up. And it's like, I never wanted to let them down, right? And a big part of it too was because my brother, on the other hand, he always wasn't on the straight and narrow, right? He was always in and out of juvenile detention, right? Never finished high school. Matter of fact, shout out to him, by the way, because he's getting out in March this year.
come on,
So
man.
yeah, he's been locked
Hey,
up for the last 7 years, but and he's a completely changed person, right? And I hate to say this, but I feel like he needed to go through that, right,
yeah,
in order to get to where he's at now, right? A lot of growth and
absolutely.
everything like that. But just going back to my parents, man, it was just one of them things where like I never want to let them down, just because I knew how much I don't want to say a burden, but pressure in a way my brother was putting on them, right, with certain things
Yeah,
growing up and them having to, go see him in juvenile detention and bail him out and all this other stuff, right? I wanted to make sure, hey, you ain't got to worry about me. I'm
right.
gonna make sure that y'all taken care of, right, the best I can. So
Man, nah, I mean, that's very heartfelt and very thoughtful of
yeah,
you and very considerate at the same time because, bro, like you a young man growing up, like you seeing that, like obviously you see the toll that it's taken on your parents.
yeah,
So
yeah,
you like chose to do the opposite. And bro, I can relate to that in so many ways, man.
I know you can, yeah.
My brother just got out.
Yeah, there you go.
Did 10 years. And, now
I
that's
remember we talking about that when we was in the locker room.
Yeah,
right?
bro. Like we was in the locker room, bro. He had just got in,
Yeah,
and he
yeah.
just got out 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And I think that one of the best things that I've been able to do, like for my brother, is to constantly speak light into him.
Man.
Give him some advice, and not even advice, because sometimes everybody ain't looking for advice.
Yeah.
But if you can drop gems on people and tell them how you've been able to accomplish what you've done, not from a sense of sports, but off the field when it comes to relationships, being kind to people, and just being a stand-up guy. Like, because if you can get in any room and you're genuine, you're kind, and you're respectful, I mean, people gonna bring you in, and they're gonna bring you opportunities.
Yeah, and it gives people like that hope, right? Because you got a lot of people, in there that don't even get phone calls or nothing from nobody.
Nothing.
Right? So that phone call they get once a week or once a month from you, man, means the whole world to them and keeps them going, right? And it shows them that, hey, there is still an opportunity for me when I get out of here. So I can relate to that 100%.
So if you got some people in jail, make sure y'all write them, send them a book. Yeah, just send them a JPay message telling them you love them, man, and telling them that, this ain't the end, especially if they getting out, man, because I think it's super hard for guys to get out and, not just fall back in that same crowd or in that same cycle of activity. Because the world has moved. The world moves so fast, and you don't even know it until you isolate it.
Yeah. You go in for 5 years, come out and everything's different. So
yeah, bro. Shoot, I guess we're gonna jump into our third segment, Georgia Southern.
Oh man,
Georgia Southern. We got us a Georgia Southern legend here, y'all. So tell us a little bit about that journey, bro.
Man,
tell us about Georgia.
Oh man, so a big reason why I picked Georgia Southern was because of the closeness was to home, right? I was coming out of college. I had 6 offers at the time, but a lot of my offers from the MAC schools, right? And a lot of those MAC schools are up north.
Yeah.
So really it came down between them and Toledo. And Toledo was because my aunt, she was close, lived up close to there. So I was like, man, where I want to go. And then when I found out Georgia Southern, after my freshman year, they were going to transition to Division I, I was like, oh, okay, cool. Like, you know what I mean? Because my whole thing was I wanted to play D1 ball, and I had D1 offers.
Yeah.
But I was like, okay, cool. This is close to home. My parents come out to my game, and y'all transition to Division I, let's rock out. Then with bonus was cool. When I first won my freshman year, guy named by the name of Tyrell Hawkins, he was played at the rival high school of mine, right? He was a running back as well. So they offered us both. So we actually went to Georgia Southern together at the time, which was pretty cool. So now I had someone that, as a friend, I can relate to, and we can go through this journey kind of together. You know what I mean? So that was a big reason why I picked Southern. And then obviously, too, just the atmosphere, right? It's a very family-oriented town, and it's very small, so it's big on football. So I think all that combined, man, just led me to go there. So
that's lovely. I mean, give us one of your most memorable experiences from Georgia Southern.
Oh man, I think the most experience I always think back to is when we won our conference championship my second year, right? Because we were going in from beating Florida, right? The Gators that year.
Yeah.
Nobody thought we were going to do it. People probably thought, oh, that was the moment, that was the time. And don't get me wrong, that was a great moment of mine. But I think that going into that next season, a lot of schools and coaches we were hearing that they weren't expecting us to transition that well, right? But I knew that a lot of our team had Division I talent, right? Just for grades, whatever reason, we just didn't end up in certain places. But yeah, man, we went through that season, man, with the first game. We played NC State, barely lost to them. Played Georgia Tech like a week or two later, lost to them by 3 points. Should have won that game. And then at that point, I was like, all right, yeah, we belong in Division I. Then we ran through our conference, man. Undefeated in the conference that year. Ended up winning the Sun Belt. And obviously, because it was our first year, we had to pay our dues, so we couldn't go to a bowl game, right?
What you mean?
So when you transition, now I don't know if the rules have changed, right? But during that time, when you transition from, let's say, FCS or D1 AA ball into Division I to a conference, it's called paying your dues. So the first year, right, you can win the conference, but you can't go to a bowl game. Wow. So we had to wait because we would have went to a bowl game and played. But yeah, man, that was probably one of my best, memories I had, man. And then, next year we ended up going to a bowl game and winning. So it was cool.
Damn. And what about like your most memorable game?
Ooh. Okay, most memorable game, man, that's tough. So I think for me, there's two that pop into mind. When we played Georgia, right, went to triple overtime with them, lost unfortunately, but I had some of their coaches coming to me at the game, man, and just showing me a lot of respect, right? Hey, man, we've been watching your tape, man. You can play at any level, and that meant a lot to me, right? Just from being a small kid, right, and knowing that, hey, this is coach from the SEC telling me this, right? And then obviously too, just the atmosphere of the game, right? Being with my brothers in the trenches and us battling and fighting was awesome. And then the other one I think was when we played Eastern Michigan, and I had like 4 touchdowns, man, for like 200. Man, it was hey, that was a game, man. I was going crazy. Yeah, it was Eastern Michigan or where y'all say, but hey, they're usually a decent team. But
right.
Yeah, man, that was cool, man, because I had my parents at the game. I had some of my own coaches came up for that game from high school, so it was a good memory. Yeah.
Man, that's awesome, bro. Like when you go out there and you just shine.
Oh man, that's a different feeling, man. Especially too, when you have people, family come
right,
up, man,
when the family pulling up and you go out there, 4 tugs. I don't care who you playing, boy. You get 4 touchdowns. That's 4 touchdowns.
I was on cloud 9.
It's hard to get in that end zone.
Oh man, what?
It's hard to get in that end zone, boy.
Man.
Oh man. So Georgia Southern, San Francisco. What was one of the moments? What was the moment when you realized, like, yeah, this is where I'm meant to be? Was it that Detroit game?
When I was for San Francisco?
Yeah. I
think looking back at it now, man, I think that first year, I would say this, the Detroit game let me know that, yeah, I definitely belong in the league, but where I was meant to be at San Fran was going into the last couple of games. And remember at that time, we had Hoyer was starting.
Oh, we was rolling.
Yeah, but then Jimmy came in.
Yeah.
And we started rolling, man.
Rolling.
So then I'm like, I was like, hey, hold on. This is like this would feel like the win? Because remember, we started off like 0-9.
Bro, we were 0-9. Oh, my God.
People in the locker room, buttholes tight. Coaches,
yeah.
HT in there. Hey, HT a clown. HT a clown. HT's like, hey, man. When we win this week, man, I might be fired. I'm like,
for real,
all right, HT, like, I can't let you get fired, right? And then, man, it was just like when we started winning those games, bro, and how the team came together, right, and how we got so close with those games.
Bro. I
think that was a moment when, like, okay, like, this is where, like, I was meant to be at, right? We had to go through that 0-9 season for a lot of us to get a lot of growth because, mind you, we was all
rookies.
The whole team was almost
most of the starters were rookies.
Yeah. So it was like, we needed to go through that in order to where we had to get to later on. You know what I mean? So.
No, for real. Yeah. I mean, that was, man, I love that. I think I reflect on that often, bro. Like that was my favorite year in the NFL. Like,
yeah.
And I know y'all was able to go on to the Super Bowl and do a whole bunch of.
But even for you though, man, those last, bro. I mean, shoot, bro. When you started catching fire, bro, it was like you was knocking people out left and right, and that would juice us up on the sideline. You know what I'm saying? We like, hey, AC out there killing these people,
smacking. Man, boy, wasn't playing no games. Hey, what they say, the Punisher.
Punisher, man.
So speaking of Super Bowl, like, how was that? Like, how was that experience?
Oh man, that was different, especially for me because it was in Miami and I grew up in Florida.
Yeah.
So it was cool because I had a lot of, friends and family that were able to make it to the game. And just that experience in general, just, having that whole, the media week, everything, man, it's something that once you make it, you always want to go back, right? And just for me to even be able to make it and get a chance to play in the Super Bowl, super blessed. Because I know as a kid, that's one of my goals was always to play in a Super Bowl, right? It wasn't even to like make a lot of money as an NFL player, that was just always to play in a Super Bowl. So the fact that I got to do that, man, especially with a lot of my brothers on the team and close friends, man, it was just super, super cool experience. Man,
I can't even imagine, bro. Yeah. The Super Bowl, the top of the top, the creme de la creme, the place that you dream of going when you were a kid. You're sitting there watching the Super Bowl with your family, and you already know you have aspirations to play the game. Like you want to go to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And shit, you did that, bro.
Yeah,
that's awesome, man. And I ain't
blessed.
gonna lie, bro, but with all of this, like, I'm so proud of you, bro.
Appreciate
like,
you, bro. It means a lot, man.
I been able to watch your career since I was released from San Francisco to see you do your thing, ball there, and then go all the way to Miami and ball there, and then go to New York and do your thing there, man. Oh man, that warms my heart, bro.
Yeah, appreciate you,
we came in the same time.
Same together, man.
Undrafted. Hey, man, earned it.
We had to earn it, bro.
You got to.
I mean, I'm sure, like, like, one of the crazy things people don't understand, too, is, like, when you're undrafted, right, it's not like a first round or second round pick where it's like you're probably guaranteed Now, things happen. I'm not gonna say guaranteed, but there's a good chance that you're gonna be there 3 years minimum, right? Because they made a super a big investment in you by getting you with a first round or a second round pick or things like that. They're just more of an investment there, right? Compared to when you're drafted. Some of us didn't even get signing bonuses for one, right? So we coming in with nothing.
Coming in with nothing. Changing, right? No change in your pocket.
No change, no nothing, bro. And it's just like, it's crazy, man, because at the time it's like, yo, like you look at the depth chart, and you're like, hey, I'm last, near last, like, oh, whatever. And it's cool because you really got to prove yourself and work your way up, right? And I think that us always having a chip on our shoulder too of being undrafted is what allowed us to play so long in the NFL, right? You got to think, bro, we outlasted a lot of guys that were first or second round picks that came in our class.
Bro, you had a running back in your class.
Oh, yeah.
That was third round. Joe Williams.
Yeah, Joe.
Third round, bro.
And that's what's crazy, bro, because you see it. And Joe was a super cool dude.
Yeah.
Obviously he had went through a lot of time, but you could see, like, if I look back now at my work ethic compared to his, there were just things that he wasn't, even when he was hurt, right? He wasn't even like showing up to the building now, right now. All fairness, I didn't know what he had going on, whatever. But I feel like you got to try and beat as much as you can because it shows the organization team that you actually care, right? And that's why I say, like, just because you was drafted or whatever doesn't mean that you're gonna have a spot next year. Because next year they have released him, and from my knowledge, he didn't play again in the NFL after that.
Yeah.
So it just goes to show you, like, talent's great, but if you have that work ethic, man, I feel like every time, you can attest to this, that'll get you over that hump for that lack of not having that other percent of that talent. You know what I mean? So
no, 100%, bro. And I mean, speaking of him not playing, like, you are currently in your transition from last year. So the next segment we talking about the transition and what's next. So how has that transition been for you?
Man, for luckily for me, man, it's been actually super cool. A little bumps in the road here and there, but super smooth, man. I think for me, the transition really hit me is when going back, looking at the 2023 season when I was playing up in New York, we had just lost to Philly, right? So then 2 days later, my mom had passed, right? Got a call from my aunt in the morning. Hey, you need to call your dad, whatever. Calling him, he's crying. I'm like, what's my dad don't never cry, right? So I'm like, what's going on? He's like, hey, mom passed, whatever. And I think that was the first time that it hit me. But then because I was still in that mode of playing ball, okay, I got to get off season training or whatever. My mom just passed, went and handled that situation. Then I went right back in the ball. So I don't think through that year I had a good chance to fully process what had happened, right? And then we go from that season. And then I go back into the 2024 season, which is next. Leading into the 2024 season, my bad, 2023 season, leading into the 2024 season. My dad passed in May of 2024. Man. He had found out he had throat cancer, right? And I always, to this day, man, I believe that part of the reason why I feel like that had came on was because of the fact that he was missing my mom so much. Because him and my mom were married for like 30 plus years. Wow. And, for me, going to see my dad and how he was a couple of times, could barely talk and speak, and this is my dad. But I felt like, for me, the last time I seen him, it was kind of like, for something in my body just told me like, hey, you're probably not going to see him again after this, right? But what gave me comfort in that space was that I knew that a part of him wanted to be with my mom, and he knew that me and my brother were growing and we were going to be okay, right? You taught us what you need to taught us, like, hey, dad, like, go be with mom. And I think losing them back-to-back both years, man, I think that really put into perspective of me of how important family and friends are. Because we put a lot towards the game, man. And I'll be the first one to tell you, like, I could have spent more time with my parents in the beginning of my career doing this, but I was so focused on the game and I got to get better. And my parents always knew that. They were like, hey, man, just go get better at ball. But I think when that happened, and then in 2024, at the beginning of the season, I went back with the Niners. And I remember calling my now girlfriend at the time. I was like, hey, man, like, I don't know if I want to play anymore, right? And it was at the point of, not that I didn't love the game, but I was just like, I was tired. I want to spend more time with my family and things like that, right? And I think back to what we were talking about before, me playing for so long as I did was that motivation there because my parents were still there. Right. So I always wanted to make them proud because they loved watching me play the game. Yeah. And I think with them passing, it was kind of like, okay, hey, you know what? It's okay now to move on and do something else, right? Because, we can't play football forever. Okay. My goal was always to play to 10 years. And I had the opportunity to keep playing, but it was just like, I'm comfortable now knowing that I can walk away from the game on my own terms, right? So, and then going into, which is now I build custom homes.
Man, I mean, but Like, we not gonna just jump straight into the custom homes. We gonna talk about the custom homes in a minute, bro. But we gotta sit with that, bro. Like that's like you went through some things, bro. You had to like navigate some challenges, some internal challenges like that are very hard to process. I mean, I feel like a lot of people don't understand what it's like to, you know, commit themselves to the grind and the sacrifice, the family time, bro. I was just having a conversation with my mom about this. I was just like, my 8 years that I played, I was in Miami for 6 of them.
Yeah.
Like I was away from family. I would see my family 4 times a year, 4 or 5 times a year.
That'll be it. And it's in spurts too.
Yeah, and it's not all at one time. Like I might go see my mom for 2 days, with the 3 days I'm in Miami, or the 3 days I'm in Texas. Or I go see my dad.
Facts.
And, you know, I mean, it was just a part of the grind, or at least that's what I thought in my mind. Like, this is how I'm going to get better. And, you know, now that, you know, retired, transitioned, and back home in Texas, I get to spend as much time with my family as I want.
Man.
And it's lovely.
Man. It's
and I feel so strong. I feel so strong. I feel so empowered. I feel so much more relaxed and at peace now that, you know, I can pull up to my mom's, or my mom can pull up here, or I can go pull up on my brothers, and vice versa, bro. Like, I feel supported. Where in the past, like, I felt like I had no support. I felt like my only support was the locker room or the grind. And I mean, like we know, NFL, not for long. It ain't gonna support you too long.
It ain't, man. And then it always goes back to, at the end of the day, when that's all gone, what do you have left? And it usually comes down to family, friends, things like that actually matter, right? Especially, it's the same thing when we go out and we know we're buying all these expensive things. Same thing now. It always comes back to friends and family. All that stuff's cool to have. But it just goes back to that. And yeah, me going through that, man, it taught me too a lot about, you know, death, right? Because everybody goes through or handles death differently, right? Some people may, you know, get through it pretty quickly. Some people may take years. And I think the biggest thing is that you got to give that space to that person or respect to that person, because everyone handles it differently, right? And I think for me, at first I didn't handle it right just because I was still playing ball, but I was able to finally go through that process, understand like it's okay to grieve, right? And that, you know, at some point in all of our lives, death's going to affect us. Maybe different stages or different ways, but it's going to affect us at some point, right?
100%, bro. And I'm glad you're able to come here and share that with us, bro. Because I mean, that's heavy, bro. People do try to, you know, not think about that, but it's a reality of life. Like transitions, that's a part of it. That's a transition in life, and it might not be. I don't know what you believe in or what anybody else believes in, but like that is another transition in life that, you know, we get to experience. It's a sad moment in this physical reality, but they not gone forever. We'll get to see them again. We'll get to connect again, and they'll always be here to support and love you and cheer you on.
Absolutely, man.
From above.
Absolutely,
man. You feel me? Well, we're gonna get into our rapid fire. All right, rapid fire. First thing that come to mind. I'm sure you done one of these before.
Come on, hit me with it.
All right, I'm gonna ask you a question. All right. A habit you swear by.
Discipline.
Discipline. A lesson you learned the hard way.
Listen to your body.
Your go-to reset when it gets loud.
Music.
One word to describe your journey.
Growth.
I like that. I like that. A moment you knew your work was paying off.
When I first broke ground on my first project in construction.
Ooh, I love it. What does locked in mean to you?
Blocking out all distractions.
Okay, and this is actually the last question. What being counted out taught you?
Never give up.
Now it's time for our sim challenge. We got closest to the pin, 2 shots on the green to qualify. Let's see what you got.
Man. All right, man. Don't kill me, man.
I ain't
Shoot.
gonna, hey man,
Hey.
I'm just trying to get there, bro. I can be honest with you on these last.
Yeah,
honestly,
seeing your videos, you out there looking like Tiger and stuff.
Honestly, if you watch any of these episodes, I have not qualified yet on the green. So hopefully I can qualify. Man, what's a routine? What's a part of your routine that you can't ever forget about?
I think working out. I think that even now, like I still work out 4 days a week. I get up, 6 in the morning and go to the gym, man, every day. That's something that I can't change. No matter how many days I want to be like, I don't want to do it. I always, and even if I can't go in the morning, I'm going at some point later in the day.
Yeah.
I'm gonna find time, but I think that goes back to the discipline part because that helps me. Same thing carries over to work.
Right.
When I know stuff's gotta get done. I'm not laid back. I'm like, all right, I gotta get it done, right? So I think that working out is always gonna stay with me.
I love that. No, same, bro. I'm still grinding.
Yeah,
I try to work out at least 3 days a week,
and
then I try to run at least 2 days a week.
There you go.
Nope. Kick on the green for me. Come on, man.
That boy ain't playing.
No, I ain't on the green though, so I don't really qualify. What's
Let me get the driver, man. I'm not
get the driver for 100?
Man, I'm not playing.
For sure. I'll let you use the driver. Actually, I'm not gonna let you use the driver because, bro, that's 108 yards. You will hit that thing into the water. What's one of your favorite memories from a player?
I think Joe Staley, man.
What's
Joe Staley. So this was my rookie year.
Yeah.
And it was during training camp, and I was having like a down day or something like that, bad practice. And Joe pulled me aside. He came to me. He was like, "Hey, man." He was like, "I just want you to know, man. Keep doing what you're doing, man." He's like, from what I've seen, you're one of the best running backs, that I've seen, play. And coming from Joe, that means a lot because, he played with Frank Gore and all. Bro, that's what I'm saying. It's so many greats, right? And Joe Mines, is a Hall of Famer, right? Just from the body work that he's done. And I think that was something that, as far as players go, that meant probably a lot to me, especially in that time period because I was having, it was our rookie year going to training camp, and that just gave me another pickup. Like, hey, man, like, you're doing the right thing. Yeah,
for real. Now I let you know you was on the right track,
yeah.
man. I love Joe, man. Joe was a great man, man.
Yeah.
He is a great man. Still is.
There we go.
Roll up.
Oh, that man AC hustling, man.
Cool,
Talking about that get on the ground, it's about to go in the hole.
Ooh, that's close. Holla at me. Yeah, 2 feet. That's a tap in. All right, Matt, you up? You want to use the pitching wedge?
Oh, man.
Or I can give you a bigger club.
Anything that you think as long as I can hit the ball, man, we cool.
All right, I'm gonna take another club out just in case, but I think that would be good.
All right, man.
I think that would be good. Just get you a practice swing.
You said this.
Man,
my swing ain't good, man.
Get you a little routine.
You got the swing, man.
Yeah.
That's all I got for you, man.
That's all right.
So you said it's 180 to the.
That's 108.
Oh, 108.
108
Oh, okay.
yards.
A little better.
It's a football field.
Oh man.
Ooh, get up.
Oh, okay. A little farther. I'm gonna get it though.
You gonna get it. So,
is there anyone that missed?
Anyone that most people have missed.
Okay, good.
I've missed. You see me miss the first one.
Hey.
You still.
No, I'm talking about miss the ball completely.
Oh, I don't think so.
Oh man, see,
you didn't miss though.
I missed though. We good.
You still got the record for the fastest feet, or like top 5 fastest feet.
Top 5, yeah, I think I do because I know Tyreek up there, Raheem up there. They did a video a couple years ago, and I was like for like the top 10 fastest runs in like the last 5 or 7 years, and I had like 2 on the spots.
Yeah.
And now I know Jahmyr Gibbs the boy can run, man.
Yeah.
But I think since 2017, hopefully I'm still in the top 10. I got one of my runs up there.
I think you're in the top 5, bro. What is that? 23 miles an hour.
23.3. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
What's crazy about that, man, is right before the game, Mikey wrote on my, like the little pamphlets we would get, like the people getting in stadiums.
Yeah.
He came over to my locker, man, and he wrote that 22. It was like 22.2 on that book before the game. He's like, you're gonna run this on the first play of the game.
Wow.
Because we had a design that week where each first 3 plays are gonna go to a different running back. So I got the inside zone one, and it was crazy, bro, because he called it before the game. Brought me the pamphlets, like, see, I told you. I was like,
That's
wow,
crazy.
Man.
He
Wow,
manifested that.
Man, did he?
But he also see your ass run every day. At
Oh,
practice.
yeah.
Oh, get up there, Skip.
I gotta get a little more. Man, how many tries I get?
That was 2 tries. That's it.
Oh, man.
You want another try?
Let me get one more, man. Let me get one more
try. I'm gonna give you one more try. Bend those knees a little bit, running back, and keep them bent.
Can't come through the hole high, can I?
Yeah, you can't. Ooh, come on, get up there. Oh.
All right, last one.
Hey, that's what, hey, Matt's gonna be on the golf course now, just so y'all know. Come on, man. Oh, that's way better. Hey, that's close.
A little more power. That's close, though.
I like the swing, though. I like the swing.
Hey, yeah, long the swing ain't too bad, man. We getting there.
I appreciate you for doing this, man.
Appreciate you, dog.
It was good. The sim challenge. I won the sim challenge, but Matt just getting into golf, and I appreciate him for coming out here and, you know, giving us his time, sharing his time with us, and we off the links, baby.
Hey, we good, man.
We off the links.
Hopefully I can come back.
You will. You can. Anytime, bro. Anytime you want to come back. You welcome.
Appreciate you, brother.
Yes, I appreciate you for coming through, bro. It's been a blessing. It's been a pleasure, man. It's been a joy to be able to, you know, fill in the blanks of the journey over the last 6 years, learn a little bit more about you, man. Talk about some of the highlight moments. And yeah, bro, like, where can people find you? Where can people follow you? What are you working on? Actually, tell us what you're working on.
So right now, like we talking about before, I build custom homes. So got into that about 6-7 months ago, me and my partner, Brandon Post, and also too, which another guy that you probably didn't know that was in with us, but Jared McKinnon.
What?
Yeah,
okay, Jared. Hey, another Georgia Southern legend.
Georgia Southern legend, man. So we started the company about 6-7 months ago. It's going extremely well, man. Can't complain. Hence JBM.
Yeah.
Right? That was kind of, our first initials from our first name. That's how we came up with the concept of JBM Custom Homes. But yeah, man, it's going great, man. People can find me on Instagram at mbreida22. Matt Breida just on X now, right? Used to be Twitter, but X, whatever. I don't got TikTok, nothing like that. Sorry, guys, I'm not into the dances. Leave that to AC.
Nah, I don't dance. I don't dance.
But yeah, man, if y'all ever want custom homes built, man, and you're in the Dallas area, man, please reach out to us. Matter of fact, while we on here, and I should know this number by heart, but I don't. I'm gonna give y'all our in-house realtor's number.
Yeah.
Jeremy Moore, right? Probably the best realtor you'll ever meet. Goes above and beyond. His phone number is 469-235-3553. So if you ever want a custom home built or inquire about one, give him a call. JB Custom Homes, and we'll get your house built.
I love it. And then one more thing. One message for our listeners and our followers out there. One message.
I think that be patient and be humble, right? I think that a lot of times in life, right, especially with the younger kids growing up now, we want instant gratification. We want things to happen quickly, right? And I think what taught me going through the NFL, and even what I'm doing now, is that it takes time for greatness, right? It doesn't happen overnight, right? Tom Brady won 7 Super Bowls overnight, right? Took him 20 plus years to get that done. So I think that if we all just take our time, try our hardest, and really put in the work, you'll reap the benefits of it every time. So just be patient, be humble, man. Be kind to others, because you're not the only one that goes through situations and hard times in life. So
love it, man. Y'all heard it. Y'all heard it here first. Matt Breida, the cheetah, the legend. Make sure y'all check out JBM Custom Homes if you're in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. This is Off the Links, and I'm just so filled to have had my brother Matt on the show today. Make sure y'all tune in to us next week. New episodes. Check us out on the links at Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, all of it. Spotify, and we'll see you again next week. We are Off the Links.